Hello and welcome to the News by Standards. Adults under 50 in England have just over a week left to take up the NHS offer of a COVID booster jab. It is the last opportunity for healthy 16 to 49-year-olds to get a top-up dose if they have not yet had 3 jabs. Vaccine can help protect against severe illness, even if you caught COVID before. Appointments are available at thousands of different sites, including GP practices and high street pharmacies, up to and including Sunday the 12th February. Anyone aged 16 or over, or an at-risk child aged 12 to 15 who has had both primary jabs qualify for this booster, which has been available for more than a year. So far, 15,000 people have booked in for next week, and there are still 391,000 appointments available, says NHS England. Amid the spread of the more contagious Omicron variant in December 2021, health officials announced a booster jab for those who had already had both of that COVID vaccinations. An already widespread vaccination program was ramped up either side of Christmas that year to get as many people jabbed as possible. That offer of a third jab for anyone remaining available throughout last year. For the past few months, a further autumn booster has been available for over 50s and some other people with health issues. NHS England has stressed that this fourth jab is not being rolled out to healthy under 50s. The new call is for those who never took up the offer of the third dose vaccine to come forward now. Professor Sir Chris Whitty, the Chief Medical Officer for England, explained why the booster jab remained important. We know that having the third vaccination, the booster, is a very important part of immunity to COVID, and it provides additional protection. But Professor Whitty said it would not be available indefinitely. It is coming to an end on the 12th of February, and I would encourage anybody who has not taken up the offer to do so before then. After this date, the third jabs will only be offered to people considered to be at risk of serious illness, as recommended by the Joint Committee on Vaccination and Immunisation, the JCVI. But people who have not received vaccinations at any stage are still being urged to come forward. According to the latest figures, more than 151 million COVID vaccine doses have been administered in the UK. 53.8 million people have had their first dose, 50.8 million have had the second dose, and 40.4 million have had a booster or third dose. The latest publicity campaign is designed to attract any of the 10 million people who opted out of the 2 vaccinations. The government has said it expects another autumn vaccination campaign later this year for older adults, as well as a potential spring campaign for the most vulnerable. People with a severely weakened immune system were offered an additional third primary dose before being offered a booster this winter. The NHS COVID vaccination programme will continue to run a smaller operation after the 12th February, allowing those yet to come forward for the first, second or third doses, if severely immunocompromised, to book appointments. Experts will also be keeping a close eye on new variants of COVID in case more people need vaccinating in the future. NHS Director of Vaccinations and Screening, Steve Russell, said there is just 1 week left of this autumn booster campaign, and so if you are eligible for a booster but have yet to take these up, please do so before the next end of week. Whether you've had previous doses or a bout of COVID, we know that a booster is the best way to maintain protection against serious illness for COVID for yourself and your loved ones. Please do make the most of the offer whilst it's still available and give yourself both protection and peace of mind for the year ahead. So how do you apply for your COVID vaccine? In England, you can book all doses online by calling 119, or you can visit a walk-in clinic. Some don't offer jabs to under 12-year-olds. In Scotland, over 16-year-olds can register for their first dose and book second or booster doses online, or by calling 0800 030 8013. In Wales, over 16s will be invited for their booster. If you haven't been invited or you haven't had your first 2 doses, you can contact your health board. You can change or cancel existing appointments online. In Northern Ireland, all doses can be booked online or by calling 0300 200 7813. And in terms of which vaccine will people get, the NHS is using Moderna's bivalent vaccine, which covers both the original COVID virus and the Omicron variant. It also approved a second bivalent vaccine from Pfizer. Health officials advise people to take whichever booster they are offered, as all vaccines provide protection against becoming severely ill from COVID. First and second vaccine doses are either AstraZeneca, or for under 40s, Pfizer or Moderna.